Good morning. It's great to see you again. I cannot believe that we are at almost 50,000 subscribers on this channel. Thank you so much for that. I am truly humbled. We have a lot of jobs to accomplish today. We're going to work out in our little home gym, and then we're going to shop for baking goods at a Mennonite store. And when we return home, we are going to bake a 1930s cake and make a fabulously healthy dinner, which we can enjoy in front of a warm fire. So please spend the day with me. My day cannot begin until I have made the bed. I purchased the chenille bedspread and pillow shams from Amazon. I will link them in the description below if you are interested. I'm going to do my workout shortly, so I need to eat something fairly energizing for breakfast. I'm going to make a smoothie. So I have spinach for vitamin C, vitamin K, fiber, and iron. Putting a lot of spinach in here. A banana for potassium. An organic apple for both fiber and chlorogenic acid. Peanut butter for protein. This is unsalted peanut butter. Wild blueberries for their antioxidant properties. And collagen, so I won't need a facelift yet. And some water for blending. Delicious. On to the gym, which is located in the old north wing of my house. I start with cardio exercises and then move on to lower and upper body strength training.
So your tears been running like a waterfall. Thought the stars would never let you down. And you keep on thinking you could save yourself. But that's love, that's just love. You should know some things will hurt, and you'll end up getting burned. I just hope that you...
Well, I'm running low on flour and baking powder and sugar and some other baking goods. So I'm going to take a drive to the general store in Canaan, New York. It's about 22 minutes away from my house. So come take a drive with me. In 2020, at the height of the pandemic, I was not able to find flour or yeast at any local supermarket. I happened to mention this problem in one of my bread making videos on YouTube. Someone commented that I should try an Amish or Mennonite general store. So I looked it up, and sure enough, there was a general store in New Canaan. This store looked very unpromising when I approached it. But when I got inside, I'll tell you, I was like a kid in a candy store. You will see when we get to the store, this is a very special place. The general store is not large, but it is very well stocked. The store has every imaginable baking supply. Look at these extracts. I didn't even know there was such a thing as peanut butter extract. The prices here are just amazing. Here's ground nutmeg. This whole thing for $3.76. This would be double or even triple that amount at a supermarket. I'm like a kid in a candy store here. So here's a 5-pound bag of medium stone ground whole wheat flour. Look at the price. That's really amazing.
I met an old man. I said, tell me your story.
You've seen me make mashed potatoes from instant potato flakes in videos. This is where I buy them.
And wrote something for me.
Salted rolled butter. Oh, look at that. Our time at the general store was very successful indeed. Let me show you what I bought. Aluminum-free baking powder. Now this is 3.75 pounds or 1,701 grams. It was $25.50, but this is actually a lot cheaper than this little tiny thing of baking powder that I would normally buy at my supermarket. I got some Amish butter, which comes from a little town in Ohio called Minerva. And apparently, once you've tried this butter, you will never want any other kind of butter. I bought a huge tub of baking soda, again, for much less than I would have paid at my local supermarket. Panko breadcrumbs, almost 2 pounds in each of these bags for less than $2 each. I bought several bags of instant potato flakes. As you've seen in several videos, I love mashed potatoes made with these flakes. I also use them in baked goods. 5 pounds of whole wheat flour for under $5. A huge jar of blackstrap molasses for $4.39. I can't even find this at my supermarket. I also bought some onion powder for a very good price and poultry seasoning. My supermarket is typically out of poultry seasoning, but they had it at the general store. And 25 pounds of all-purpose flour for $25. I store my flour in this huge glass container. Yeah, I go through a lot of flour. I'm going to store the remaining flour in my freezer. My groceries are put away. I changed my shirt, and now I'm in the mood to eat something sweet. I'm going to make a chocolate mayonnaise cake. Now this cake dates back to 1937. It's really delicious. And the first thing you need to do is preheat the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 177 degrees Celsius. And then grease a 9x13 baking dish. Put 2 cups or 260 grams of all-purpose flour in a medium bowl. Add 2/3 cup or 65 grams of unsweetened cocoa powder. 1 teaspoon of baking soda. 1 teaspoon of baking powder. And this is the baking powder that I bought at the general store earlier today. And a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Whisk these ingredients together. I filmed a video for this recipe quite a while ago, but I'm making it again today because I love this cake. Now put 3 large room temperature eggs in the bowl of a standing mixer outfitted with paddle attachment, or you could use any large bowl and handheld electric beaters. Add 1 2/3 cups of regular granulated sugar. That's 335 grams of sugar. Beat the sugar and eggs until they turn fairly fluffy. That's going to take about 2 minutes. Did I say light and fluffy? I meant to say beat the sugar and eggs together until they turn pale and creamy, and do this at high speed. This has turned pale and creamy, so now at low speed, beat in 1.5 teaspoons of pure vanilla extract. Also beat in 1 cup or 220 grams of real mayonnaise. Mayonnaise in this recipe replaces the butter and milk that is normally in a cake recipe. Now we have to add the flour mixture and some water, and we need to do this in alternating additions. So I've got 1 1/3 cups of water. That's 320 mils. I'm going to start with 1/3 of the flour. In you go. I'm going to start beating this at low speed, and I'm going to add half of the water. Add another 1/3 of the flour. And the remaining water. And the remaining flour. Scrape down the bowl. This is a very simple recipe, but the cake really tastes like $1,000,000. Tip the batter into a greased 9x13 baking dish. As you can imagine, this batter smells heavenly. I'm going to bake this in the preheated oven until a skewer inserted in the cake comes out clean. That's going to take 30 to 35 minutes. While the cake is baking, I'm going to ditch this apron, put on a sweatshirt, and then go clean the music room. This room was added to the house in 1850. I'm using a microfiber dust mop to clean the papered walls. I use a barely damp microfiber cloth to clean the piano. My oven is dinging. I need to check on my cake. It's done. I'm going to let this cool to room temperature, and afterwards we can frost it. Meantime, I need to get back to the music room. I haven't finished cleaning there yet. I'm using a mixture of water and white vinegar to clean the ancient floors in the room. The music room is clean. Now back to the cake. My cake is crying out for chocolate buttercream frosting. To make it, tip 1 cup or 226 grams of softened butter and 4.5 cups or 540 grams of confectioner's sugar into a mixing bowl. Beat until light and fluffy. Then beat in 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract and 3/4 cup or 62 grams of unsweetened cocoa powder. Then beat in enough milk or cream to achieve a thick but spreadable frosting. I've cut this cake into 12 squares. I'm going to eat exactly 1 square while doing some computer work in the music room. The rest of the cake I'm going to freeze. This cake freezes perfectly, and this way I will have cake ready the next time I host a dinner party. And this slice is for me. This slice is for you. Now, normally I have afternoon tea at this time of the day, but I'm going to have coffee because coffee and chocolate just go very well together. This cake blows me away every time. It is super moist. In fact, it's ridiculously moist. And that's because of the mayonnaise in the batter. And I don't have to tell you how delicious the frosting is. I hope you'll give this cake a try someday. For dinner tonight, I'm fixing a very simple and very delicious skillet dinner. And the only ingredients are bacon, cabbage or coleslaw, eggs, some salt, pepper, and some cheese. This is a low glycemic keto dinner, if that's important to you. Cut 6 slices of bacon. There are no exact proportions to any of these ingredients. I'm using 6 slices. You could use 4, you could use 8. And I'm just cutting them into largish pieces. And then we're going to move over to the stove top. So I have my 12-inch cast iron skillet set over medium heat. I'm going to add maybe a teaspoon or 2 of olive oil. And then add the bacon. And let the bacon cook over medium heat just until it renders its fat and begins to color. That's going to take about 5 minutes. All right, my bacon has taken on some color and it has definitely rendered its fat. So now I'm going to cook the coleslaw right in this fat. Now, this is 14 ounces or 397 grams of colorful coleslaw, but you really don't have to worry about exact proportions here. You can use more coleslaw or cabbage or less. And we're going to stir this coleslaw right into that bacon fat. Yeah, this is one of those high-fat, low-carb, keto-type skillet dinners. We're going to let this cook for just a minute, and then we will add the eggs. So this coleslaw is composed of both green and purple cabbage. If I can pull up some purple cabbage here, and some julienne carrots. Now I'm going to make 4 little openings in the coleslaw to accommodate 4 eggs. Now I'm going to top the eggs with just a light sprinkling of salt. Not too much salt, because remember the bacon is salty. And then I want to add some pepper. Then cover the skillet, lower the heat, and let the eggs cook to your liking. I want my whites firm and my yolks cooked but still soft. That's going to take, 5 to 6 minutes. The eggs are looking good. Now I'm going to top them with a little cheese. This is the queso fresco that I used for the huevos rancheros that we made in last week's video. You could use cheddar cheese here if you like. It's time to plate this. I love every aspect of this dish, from the sweet, smoky bacon to the earthy cabbage and carrots to the perfectly cooked eggs. I hope you will give this dish a try someday. As you've just seen, it's really easy to make. Thank you for spending the day cleaning and cooking with me. I really appreciate your company, and I want you to know that you mean the world to me. Thank you so much for watching. Take good care of yourself, and I will see you in next week's video. Bye for now.